everybody, it's Ed. We're back here for lesson 9 and we're talking about angles, mitering the lead. Now if you can see these feathers in here, there's angles here, we've got straight lines that absolutely must be straight. When you cut your lead, you want to cut it tight. Cut it tight. If you cut it too short, cut it again. Because what happens is the looser you cut your lead, then the looser the window is, and it has to move around too much. If you can keep everything nice and tucked in, it actually works a lot better as far as rigidity for the window itself. So, this brings us to the point where we're gonna need to start mitering and cutting straight lines. I've got my Lepinette pliers. These are my lead nippers, and I love these things. They're very sharp. Like you wouldn't want to get your finger caught inside of there. And we want to make sure, remember, we've talked about you don't cut down on the lead like this because why? It smashes it flat like that. What we want to do is make sure our lead is on its side, and we want to make sure that when we cut this, that it's straight. It's not at an angle. This needs to be perfectly 90 degrees in order for us to butt that up against something. You see that? So what we want to do is we want to make sure that when we have our lead nippers in our hand, that when we cut this in, we want that perfectly square so that it butts directly against that. We're going to change the lead size or the profile of the lead in when we start putting these feathers together. So we have 3 feathers, and we're going to start on this one. And this is where we need to worry about being able to miter our lead with our lead nippers. So you really need to be able to, first off, we need to start off with a square end. And you can see that I'm changing the profile here, okay? So we're going from a 7/32 down to a 3/16. And this is going to accent these feathers here. And so on this particular piece, we have 2 angles. We have one that's going to be on the left and the other one that's going to be on the right. So what we want to do, give ourselves more than what we need up here. And I'm just going to mark my angle there. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to cut this off square, okay? So the first thing, we're going to cut it square. Now, I should be able to take my nippers and put them on an angle like that and just cut that just like that. Now, to clean that up, you lay your nippers on your side and then you pull straight down just like that. Now, let's check this out. Let's see how it's fitting. So we should be able to set this in there, and when this slides down, it should just kiss directly against that, just like that. Now, because we're going to be moving these other pieces in, so we have a miter coming into here. We have this piece of lead is straight, so we want to be able to take our measuring lead. I'm going to use this is my measuring lead. So I'm going to take that right there. And now you can see the back end of my lead nippers also cuts a 45 on something. If I need that right there, which I'm going to need it right here, but if I need that, you see that? That's 2 45s. And then when you butt up in here, they make your angle for you. If you see how nice that is right there. If you need that angle, it's right here on the inside of your pliers, not on the back side, but on the inside. It produces a miter just automatically. So we're going to take this. Now these miters are important as cutting the lead straight the other direction. So on this, I can lay you can see, I'm laying my lead nippers sideways right here, and I pull that down, and then I go right down the heart straight, just like that, straight down the heart. And then I should be able to put this in just like this, and knowing, and you see it's on my line, so that tells me it's too tight. But I'm going to shorten it on the bottom rather than on the top, just like this. Here we go. And just cut that back. And now we've shortened that, and that should give us exactly That should give us exactly what we need. Yep, and it will. And I've cut this bottom not short enough, and I'm gonna have to, there you go, cut it back. And now I can drop it in and it'll sit right there. And that'll be there. This will come up in here. And when I lay this piece here, that will lay up in there straight, just like that. Take the time to miter the lead, which makes your solder joints look great, which makes the window look exactly the way that you've drawn it. So we're gonna get to work here. We're gonna do some mitering. We're gonna put this lead and this feather together and get these colors going, and you'll see a huge difference soon. Join us next time for episode 10. These will all get straightened out. Once you slide in this little bit right here, then we just take this, we can move it around, nail it in place. Now we've already started working our way to the other feather, the second feather. Coming up on episode 10. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. And remember, it's the ARTyRV Glass Studio on YouTube. Every Monday night, we do a live Q&A. Please join us.